It's over, saying goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next, we have a very delicate and special guest. I don't know if a TV studio is the best place for him, but I really want to give you the best show possible. He's very peculiar because he is a time traveler. Most people know him as that guy that appears in pictures and messes everything up. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the studio, Timmy Thomas. Oh, maybe, a ver, let me help you out here. A ver, is that better? A ver, say something?
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my God,
better.
you can talk. Anyways, you first came into the spotlight when you appeared in JFK's assassination picture. Is this the first time you used your powers?
No, but I didn't know where I was. I was just trying to save the president.
So you're telling me that you did not travel voluntarily?
No, never voluntarily. I just end up places and times I just can't control it. It's nuts.
But, I mean, why do you take these courses of action?
It's all split decision moments. I just try and do what's right whenever I can.
Honestly, you turned it into a laughingstock.
I know. And I scraped my knee, and the Secret Service beat the shit out of me.
What do you think it causes it? Is it random completely?
No, sometimes I just feel like I have to sneeze, and sometimes it's a sneeze, and sometimes it's not.
What a terrible affliction. And, well, you haven't been only in that moment. Like, this has been repeating itself in many periods in time. What would you say the biggest hurdle that stops you from changing history in a positive way is?
It's tough to just think of things that you can fix right in the moment. I mean, no one ever listens to me. I told them Hurricane Katrina was coming. I even wrote to the president.
I think you're just not really trustworthy. I think it's something about your face. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Timmy. I didn't mean it. Are you okay?
Do I look okay?
Well, not really, but I do want to address the German elephant in the room. This is why we brought you here. Baby Hitler.
Baby Hitler. I've tried so many times, so many ways. God, when he was a baby and his milk nurse, Helga, beat the shit out of me. When he was a child running around the fields of Austria, turns out I have a severe allergic reaction to Edelweiss. Once he starts that Nazi bullshit, I am way too untermished to get even close to him. I tried getting him transferred to a deadlier World War I trench. He still survived. Tried getting him into art school, and he did. And he passed. And he got his degree. And he still became the fucking Fuhrer.
Calm down. This is a PG show.
I've tried with everything. With Jesus Christ, 9/11, Pearl Harbor, even Cain and Abel. And that bastard always kills him.
Honestly, like, we don't really know what you've been through. But really, man, his milk nurse, I really don't get that.
She was huge.
I really don't know what to tell you. You have an ability that nobody else in the course of history has. So you could really change things for the better, and isn't that what we're all trying to do, change? Oh, it's happening, it's happening.
I do. Oh, that was just a sneeze.
Ladies and gentlemen, Timmy Thomason, the time traveler. I'm very excited to introduce our next guest. I am actually a big fan, and she's causing a lot of buzz in the art world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure of mine to introduce to you Ramkin Kropski.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Well, actually, the pleasure is all mine. Like, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah, that's fine.
Where's it from?
It's fake.
I've never heard of that country. You're like an artist, no, and a minimalist. Am I using this term correctly?
Well, yes, I am an artist, but I also work in a lot of different mediums. I'm assuming you saw some of my more minimalist paintings,
Yeah.
which is why you've invited me here today, right?
Yes, yes. Like actually, like I saw your painting on the paper, like, and I love it. Like, look at this, and it's called "The Insufferable Weight of Weightlessness."
Yeah, that's a popular one.
The reason why I like this painting is, I guess I don't understand it.
Thanks.
Let me explain. Like, I spend most of my life kind of like not knowing what's going on. Like, for example, the other day I was in the F train, and then suddenly I'm on the 1 train. So I'm just like, did it change? Was I on the 1 train? Was I on the F train? Was I ever on the 1 train? You know, like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. So, I mean, yeah, sometimes the trains just randomly switch while you're still on them, and, you know, the announcements are really hard to hear.
Oh, so you're one of those people, you know, like those, like, I know what's going on kind of people, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
Not me, you know? When I see things, like your painting, for example, like I get feelings, and I sometimes don't know what's going on, but at the same time, it gives me a feeling of familiarity and comfort even, you know?
So this piece confuses you,
Y-
which
yeah.
brings you comfort?
Yeah. Is that weird?
It's fascinating. Well, if you like this one, then you're gonna shit when you see this.
Oh my God. Is this like a new Ramekin Crosby?
Even better, it's my gift to you.
Really? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's beautiful.
Thanks. I'm really glad you like it.
So incredible. Can we try something?
Sure, what is it?
Well, I've always wanted to do this, to have like the artist in the room and actually tell you what it means. And you'll tell me if I'm right.
Well, there's no definitive meaning. It's everybody will have a different interpretation of it. That's what artistic expression is. You know?
Right. I'm just saying, like, I'm just gonna guess what
like,
this means.
There's no correct or incorrect.
I'm just gonna do it, okay? Okay, so first of all, it's a little off-center, so I'm thinking you're trying to talk about our comfort zone, and it's like tilting a little bit like to the left, but kind of to the right, and you know, it's about finding true symmetry in life. Yeah. I think that's it. The comfort zone.
Well, I kind of feel bad for saying this now, but it's kind of why I came here today. This was just the mark my paintbrush made when it rolled off my workbench. It was a bullshit mistake, you know? Do you know how many years I spent in art school? Do you know how good I am at figure drawing? I'm a pretty good sculptor too, if I'm being honest with you, but some shit like this gets seen by some scenester who knows a guy with deep pockets, and he gets to decide that this is my best work to date. The art world frustrates me so much. It goes on the whim of some so-called expert who has never been vulnerable a single day in his life. And this prick gets to decide what my work is worth? I don't care what any of these middle-aged losers think.
Can I tell you something? I think I wasn't really that far off.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I said this painting is all about getting out of your comfort zone, and you said that it's just your paintbrush falling on the canvas. And the table is kind of the paintbrush's comfort zone. So then it's falling, so it's going out of its comfort zone. So it's pretty much the same thing. And right before it hits the floor, it comes to this transitional moment. This point in time, it's the evidence of a lost comfort zone.
I mean, I'm honestly quite touched by how much this seems to mean to you. I mean, if my art can make someone feel that way, then I guess that makes me really happy.
Oh, you know what? Like, I know exactly who I'm gonna sell this to.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're
of
just
course.
like everyone else, trying to make a quick buck off of something you had nothing to do with.
But, well, I kind of helped you find the meaning of it.
No. You made up some stupid explanation just to make it sound important.
This is like a collab, no? I think it's a collab.
I thought this actually made you feel something.
It does. It's making me feel like I'm gonna make a lot of money. Wait. Where are you going? So no collab then? Our next guest claims to be an extraterrestrial with an important message to give us. Please welcome to the studio, Jamie Anderson.
I'm pleased to be here, Arturo.
Is Jamie your extraterrestrial name?
I do have a name for my native species, but it's not exactly pronounceable in the human tongue. We actually communicate with each other non-verbally, so there's really no equivalent. But as long as I've been on Earth, I've gone by my human name, Jamie.
You said your native species. You look human, no? Like, is there like some sort of...
A light-speed neural transmission.
What?
We transmit through something like radio waves a perfect record of our neural activity. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, essentially our entire mind. We're able to transmit this from our planet to yours. Now, it does take a while, it's a lot of information, and it's a rather far distance.
How long of a distance?
Well, I'm originally from YZ Ceti D, so 12 light years.
Whoa.
And we can't send transmissions faster than the speed of light, so it takes about 12 years to get here, and then it gets picked up by the satellites.
Satellites.
Yes, they're like the ones you've sent up from Earth, but ours are smaller and they move faster, but it's the same idea. Their purpose is to hold on to the information until it finds a suitable host.
A host being?
Whatever brain picks up on the transmission.
Can it be any brain?
A complex enough brain to hold and process the information, so it couldn't be like a wasp or an ant. Although I suppose it could be like a horse or a dog, but certain nuances would be lost. On Earth, we always use humans. Mine was Jamie Anderson.
Like, Jamie is still in there?
You're looking at her. It's not like multiple personality disorder. We're one and the same. During the transmission, our brains become one.
So how does she feel about being the host?
She understands that it's for a greater good, and she's glad to be of service.
And what is the purpose?
Our purpose is to spread life across the universe. We've been watching life evolve on Earth ever since we terraformed it 4 billion years ago.
Through the satellites?
Yes. And as humans have been evolving the last few 100,000 years, we've been studying you.
Let me get this. You are responsible for life on Earth.
Well, I'm not. I wasn't here 4 billion years ago.
But your people are.
The Ray and I have only existed for the last 10 million years, so we can't exactly take credit for it.
Rienai, what is that?
It's the name of my species.
I thought you communicated non-verbally.
We do with each other, but there's so many intelligent life forms in the universe that we needed to be able to communicate with them, and they needed a name to call us.
Am I pronouncing it correctly, Rienai?
As closely as you can with the human vocal cords, although most species all pronounce it slightly different. Even the Ray and I can't pronounce the Harafna name for it.
What's Harapna?
The ones who gave us the name.
Are others like you on this planet?
At the time of my transmission, we had sent roughly 500 since the divergence of Homo sapiens, all Re'eni. Currently alive, it's unlikely.
How do you know this is, real and you're not just...
Imagining it?
That's a good way to put it.
My parents had the same thing to say when I first told them. I was 11 at the time of my transmission. They thought that I had an overactive imagination or that I was going through a phase. But they started to come around when they realized that I knew things no 11-year-old human would know.
Like what kind of things?
Astrophysics, biochemistry, astronomy, calculus, all things that I had learned on my home planet.
Are your people, the Re'eni, more intelligent than humans?
That depends on what you mean. We don't have a single metric for measuring intelligence like IQ. There are hundreds of intelligent species across the galaxy that have all evolved with different strengths and weaknesses. The Re'eni were fast learners and highly adaptable. That's why we're used to send transmissions. On the other hand, our brains are certainly not the most complex in the galaxy, but they are the most broadly compatible with other life forms. Now, compared to humans, the Re'eni would be considered lacking in critical thinking skills and certainly in creativity.
I see. What about the Harapna?
They are sort of the ruling class of our region of the galaxy. Highly strategic, highly innovative, mostly involved in higher level decision making. However, they would be considered lacking in interpersonal intelligence, like social cues.
Okay. What other species are there?
There are hundreds. You have the Abran, who are masters of logistics, highly innovative with great spatial reasoning. They run the production and transport across the galaxy. But they're like the Re'eni, who are unsophisticated. They've never developed a written history outside of clerical bookkeeping. There's the Omis, who they're terrible at math. They can't keep numbers straight in their head, but they're personable. They make wonderful servants and good companions on flights. It does help that being on a spaceship is first nature to them. They were bred for it.
They were bred?
Yes, nearly all species were until about a few billion years ago, when it was decided for the sake of genetic diversity to let life evolve naturally on each planet.
Okay, and where do humans fit in all this? What's their strong suit?
That's been a popular discussion in recent years. Humans are unrefined in mathematical abilities, and they don't have extremely striking critical thinking skills. But they have a rare creative ability, and some believe that you could make great entertainers for the species that have evolved to require leisure.
So, musicians, actors, writers?
I mean, take your pick. Although this is entirely hypothetical right now, as we don't generally even consider a new species to join our ranks until they've achieved interstellar travel on their own.
Well, you're saying you can send a ship, but you won't?
It's a matter of cost. We could send a ship, but sending a ship is not as quick as sending a transmission, so it would take roughly 90 years.
But I mean, you've done this for billions of years. What's 90 years more?
Frankly, we don't know if the humans will be around in 90 years.
What?
Listen, every new species comes with a collection of costs and benefits. Humans have been killing each other for the last few 100,000 years, and when you discover nuclear weapons in the 20th century, our money was on you wiping yourselves out for good. Now, I'm thankful that didn't happen, but some people do believe humans to be an obstacle that needs to be eliminated for good.
Okay, so at this point, I'm really confused. We're gonna need to have you back on our next show because there's so many questions I have for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Anderson. Well, it looks like we have a late addition to the show. Welcome. Your name is JD, correct?
Yeah. Yep, you got it.
My father's initials are JD. What do your initials stand for?
JD stands for Jonathan Doberman.
Cool, JD. Where were you just now?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, my producer is getting guests off the street, and I was wondering what you were up to.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, I was outside, absolutely.
And what were you up to today?
Oh, what a great question, actually. You're really good at this. I can tell why you have the show, aside from being incredibly good looking. I was actually on my way to a volunteering opportunity.
Oh, amazing. There's a homeless shelter down the street. Is that where you were heading?
Yes, exactly. Salt of the earth people,
Wait,
some
wait,
of
wait.
my closest friends.
I think they closed recently, so that can't be it. You couldn't be going there. They closed.
I do know that, actually. I was helping them move. I was helping them, or on my way to help them move the cots and the soups. The soup for the homeless is so hot, you really can't move it on your own. So I have thick hands, really thick hands, and I can move all kinds of temperatures of things.
Sorry.
They're like oven mitts.
I'm getting lost here. Like you were moving soup.
Not just soup, believe it or not. You see, homeless people, I'm sorry, how gauche, the unhoused. You see, the unhoused need more than just soup to survive. They also need cups, loud tin cups to attract loose change from any passers-bys. Look, I'm not going to bore you with the nitty-gritty details of philanthropy, but
Tell me, JD, was it Jonathan Doberman, right?
yeah, you are nailing the pronunciation on that. Really good. You're great at this.
Jonathan, like John Doe. Your name's John Doe.
No. You can't, that's not cool anymore, old timer. It's 2024, okay? You don't get to just like decide what everyone's called. I go by JD, okay? My body, my choice.
Fine, JD, that's great. Would you say you're an honest person?
Wow. Another stellar question from again, Barbara Walters over here. Get it, girl. Yes, you really hit the nail on the head with that one, Barbara. I would say if you ask any of my friends how to describe me, they would say I am honest, innocent, trustworthy, and then actually, if you really pressed, they would probably just say honest again. That's so crazy that you used that exact word.
I guess you just seem a little bit nervous, and you're not really making a lot of sense. You're kind of babbling.
That's offensive. I have a deviated septum, so sometimes it'll rattle around.
My wallet is missing. It was right here and now it's gone.
How did you say you got here?
Your wonderful producer pulled me off the street on my way to do a admirable and noble deed. Your words.
I never said that. Why are you being so defensive? You kind of seem a little guilty.
Are you talking about the wallet thing? I mean, I had absolutely nothing to do with that. I've been up here with you the whole time. Everyone has seen that. Although, now that you mention it, it does feel a little unsafe in here. Like, a little uncomfortable, I guess. Wait, what the heck is this?
Give me the wallet.
Is this your wallet? It was just in the chair here. What sort of
Give me the wallet.
weird furniture? Gladly, please, take it. Look at that, another good deed in the books, huh? Sort of on a roll here.
Well, my wallet's gone too.
Mine too. Where'd it go?
Wow, you really got a lot of forget-see-loos on the staff here, huh?
I know you took the wallets. Give them to me.
I'm not,
Where are they?
maybe they're in the chair again? Yeah, I think they're stuck in this chair. Wow, what kind of furniture what brand is this that you're using?
Give it to me.
These are the ones that you were talking about? Is this yours?
Give it to me.
They're just stuck in the chair.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Hey. Let's focus on the bright side here, okay? Everyone gets their wallets back, but more importantly,
No,
we
the most
learned
important
a lot today, didn't we? We learned that your staff is very vulnerable. These people should be protected. They should be cherished. I'm concerned, Arturo. It's not safe here.
That's ridiculous. Like, we have a wonderful environment here.
Do you have a wonderful environment here, everybody? The silence is deafening, Arturo.
Are you all serious?
Look, there's clearly a lot of tension right now. So why don't I get these wallets back to these innocent bystanders? I think they've suffered enough.
No,
and I'll let you
leave-
guys figure it all. No, I'll hand them out. I'll hand them out to everybody.
What's
I'll come
wrong
around.
here? Like, what's wrong here? Like,
Food sort of sucks.
we can change the food. Like, that's okay. Like, that's easy. Wait. He took the wallets.
Tenía que ser lunes Sagitario. A veces no me sé controlar.